Some of cartel, Korea best kids. The members of the cartel are very interested in DeFi Kingdom and are excited about the launch, Clayton. So, thank you guys. Hello, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate you being here.
Okay, and then we could have Ray, I think that's KGG.
Yeah, Ray, you should have a invite to speak. Oh, Jason just raised his hand. Saw something.
Oh, we'll have Jason. Yeah, we'll have Jason.
That'll work.
안녕하세요. 저는 KGG의 제이슨이라고 하고요. 저희 KGG는 한국 대표 블록체인 게임 전문 커뮤니티로 플레이 앤 언, 디파이 전문가들로 구성된 운영팀 중심으로 블록체인 게임 생태계에 진입하는 초기 유저들을 교육하고 게임 길드를 형성해서 같이 블록체인 게임을 즐기고 플레이하면서 국내 블록체인 게임 업체와 유저들을 대상으로 영향력을 보유하고 있습니다. 블록체인 게임을 모르는 분들이라도 저희 KGG 쪽으로 연락을 주시면 저희가 자세히 그리고 친절하게 교육을 해드리고 같이 게임을 즐길 수 있도록 진행해드리고 있습니다. 감사합니다.
So a brief intro from Jason. He's one of the guild members of KGG. So KGG is one of Korea's DeFi and also NFT/P2E gaming community. They're the ones who's leading and educating the people to try the blockchain games and also DeFi at the whole. They want to be more influential in the space, and they're very thankful, and they would like to explore more opportunities with different projects in the globe. And let's just have fun right now for now.
Thank you, Jason.
Okay, so I think we could start with the AMA, I think. So let me just go with I'll just ask the guys here above if there's any more people and we can start, okay? 오케이, 제이슨님하고 류생님 더 들어오실 분은 없죠, 이제?
네, 일단 그런 것 같습니다.
네.
Okay, well then, so I think we could start. So I think we could start with a brief intro of DFK, and then we can start with the questions. And maybe you can show the demo that you showed, the cool demo that you showed me before.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold that up. All right. So we are DeFi Kingdoms. I'm going to try to keep this short. We are a cross-chain play and earn game aiming for MMORPG style, all using like 90s, early 2000s pixel art.
오케이. 저희 디파이 킹덤은 크로스체인 P2E 게임으로서 AMM 역할과 그 다음에 MMORPG 장르로서 AMM 역할을 함으로써 2000년대 픽셀 스타일을 도입한 게임이라고 보실 수 있습니다. Cool, man.
Awesome. And then if you would add for me, so DeFi Foundation, adding gaming on top of it.
그래서 이제 디파이, 뭐 아시다시피 디파이 요소 위에 게임을 얹힌 게임이라고 보실 수 있습니다.
Thank you. So this is the Crystal Vale realm here, and then we also have, so this is on our Avalanche subnet, and then we also have the Sarandale realm on Clayton.
그래서 좀 저희가 보신 건 세레네이드는 지금 현재 클레이튼 위에 있고 이제 보시는 바대로 2000년대 픽셀 스타일로 이제 디자인을 해봤습니다.
And then a new feature that we just added, I'm going to go through in English first so that I can kind of explain it, and then I'll show the more relevant part, which is the Korean translation.
그래서 먼저 새로운 기능이나 어떤 새로운 업데이트된 부분은 먼저 영어로 보여드리고 그 다음에 한글로 추후에 지금 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
So you have all the different zones that have different parts of the game, but that can be very confusing if you don't know where to go. So we've added a quick menu to show you all of the areas and all of the actions.
Could you repeat that just once more, mate?
Yeah, sorry. So you have all the zones where you can do different actions, but it's a little confusing if you don't know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
So we added the quick select menu that gives you a list of them.
오케이. 지금 뭐 처음 화면 본 대로 어디를 만약에 누를지 모르게 돼서 존별로 나눴는데 저기 그 퀵 셀렉트를 누르게 되면 각각 행동에 따라서 뭘 할지를 잘 보여줄 겁니다.
And then if you click down here, you can change to Korean. We have the entire game in process of being translated, but we started off with this quick select menu.
그래서 이제 모든 게임의 언어를 영어로 된 건 다 이제 한글 전반적으로 다 한글로 다 번역 중에 있고요. 가장 우선적으로 했던 거는 이제 빠른 찾기, 그러니까 빠른 선택을 할 수 있도록 각각의 행동들을 먼저 다 영어에서 한글로 먼저 바꿨습니다.
All right. And then if you want to start some questions, we can hit that.
오케이, cool. 그러면 이제 사전에 먼저 질문을 주신 거를 먼저 토대로 하고 그 다음에 다른 질문은 혹시 더 있으시면 추후로 받도록 하겠습니다. 그러면 okay, we'll start with the first question. So one of the first questions that came into my mind of DFK coming to Clayton is why did you choose Clayton first, and what's your plan in expanding in Korea right now?
Absolutely. So Clayton, for a few reasons, but two of the major reasons are their network in itself and their ability to handle DeFi kingdoms. We're very transaction heavy, so it requires a network that can handle the volume that we put it on it. Actually, I'll pause there if you want, just to make it a little easier.
오케이, cool. 그래서 이제 첫 번째 질문으로는 왜 클레이튼을 선택했고 앞으로 한국 내에서의 계획을 물어봤습니다. 본론이 대답하기로는 이제 클레이튼의 네트워크 특성상 그 저희가 디파이 킹덤 같이 많은 트랜잭션을 발생시킨 게임으로선 적합하다고 판단을 했었고 이제 두 번째 이유로는 다음과 같습니다. So what's the second reason, mate?
The second reason is that the main thing we wanted from a blockchain was a partner, not a host, somebody that wanted to work with us. And that's very much Clayton's attitude, is a partnership approach.
그 다음에 저희가 블록체인을 선택했었을 때는 이제 단순히 블록체인 운영자뿐만 아니라 게임의 한 파트너로서 성장할 수 있는 파트너 찾고자 해서 클레이튼을 선택했었습니다. Cool. Okay. Thanks, Paulin. So yeah, I mean, we understand that you chose Clayton. Those are the main two reasons. I mean, why, like, so what's your plan in Korea right now? Like, any plans or anything up roadmap for Korea as well?
Yes. So looking at expanding our marketing more in Korea just so that there's more awareness of DeFi kingdoms there. But a big part of that is those translations. So we're being a little more targeted in the meantime while that's being done, so that we don't drive people to the game and then they don't engage because of a language barrier and then we lose them. So we're being a little more targeted right now. but we have big plans for a lot of marketing pushes in Korea specifically.
그래서 먼저 한국에서 마케팅을 진행하기 전에 게임의 어떤 용어들이나 이 게임 플레이를 한국어로 먼저 번역하는 데 집중하고 있었습니다. 물론 한국어를 기반으로 아시아 마케팅도 준비 중에 있고 더 많은 것을 하기 위해서는 전반적으로 게임이 각 현재 언어에 맞게 번역되는 걸 우선으로 삼았습니다. Okay, so after that, the second question that was coming up is, so right now, DeFi Kingdom is running only on mobile MetaMask browsers. Do you have any plan to launch a regular app? Because it's kind of essential for games to have their own app rather than just rely on mobiles browsers. So any plans for a native app on your side?
Yes. One thing that we are working on currently is moving to a login system that will be tied to your wallet address, but you'll actually have like a username and password. Then that's a big step towards us being able to do an independent app.
Okay, so you do have plans, but right now you're starting with the login, right?
Correct.
오케이. 먼저 자체 그 게임 앱으로선 계획은 있지만 지금은 이제 단순히 모바일 브라우저에 그 인증 로그인 기능을 먼저 개선 중에 있습니다. 그래서 원래 여대상 바로 커넥트 되고 바로 로그인할 수 있는 기능을 먼저 함으로써 그 다음에 앱을 기획하고 개발을 기획 중에 있습니다. Okay. The next question is I think could overlap with the first question that we had. So what's Pro Gamer DAO's connection with DFK? So how do we form our partnership in your opinion?
Definitely. It's all about mutual opportunity. So exposure on both sides, us growing into more of the Clayton ecosystem through groups like Pro Gamer DAO, KGG, and Cartel, who are all here, as well as the other side of that of showing, our players options that they have in terms of being able to support and participate in those same groups.
오케이. 그래서 이제 다음 질문으로는 왜 저희 디파이 킹덤이랑 디파이 킹덤이랑 피지다오와 그 다음에 다른 KG나 카르텔 같은 게이밍 길들이 어떤 협업점에서 파트너십 맺는지를 궁금했었는데 먼저 양측의 그 각각의 마케팅을 위해서 협업을 먼저 했다고 볼 수 있겠습니다. 먼저 각각의 유저들이랑 그리고 각각의 현재 잘하는 영역들이 조금 더 노출됨으로써 그 더 많은 기회를 얻고 더 많은 그 노출 그리고 마케팅을 할 수 있는 것으로 해석될 수 있었습니다. Okay. So right now, what's the technical challenges and solutions behind the marketplace's DEX for buying and selling Jade resources and other Clayton tokens? Do you experience any technical challenges there?
Yes. So right now we're on a Uniswap V2 DEX. We are looking at potentially upgrading to Uniswap V3 when it becomes available. But particularly with resources, you can run into liquidity issues pretty easily. But we're looking at, and actually, we're developing an order book style, we call it our auction house, to where you would just list static prices so that liquidity isn't required.
오케이. 지금 현재 그 DFK에 있는 자산들이나 에셋들은 유니스왑에 많이 등록돼 있고 유동성이 제공되고 있는데 유니스왑 V2이다 보니까 이제 V3가 될 때 대비해서 개발 중에 있습니다. 근데 이제 그렇게 되면 그 유동성 문제가 있어서 지금 DFK 내부에서는 그 오더북 스타일의 자체 덱스를 준비 중에 있고 이제 그렇게 되면 여러분들의 자산이나 제이들을 거기에 리스팅해서 거래할 수 있게 될 것 같습니다. Okay, that's cool. So, I mean, you kind of sound a bit, how do I say, formal, bro. I don't know what I mean. Like that's not the vibe that we have, man. Huh?
It's the trying to keep it simple for translation. Yeah.
No, it's cool, but I could vibe with it. So just try to be yourself. You sound like, Siri right now. Very toned down. It's like,
Oh, we can
where's the
fix
guy? It's like okay. So just be yourself. Don't worry about it. I'll summarize it and you can be goofy. You can do whatever you want, okay?
that'll work.
Okay, cool. Okay. So recently you guys moved from a six-skill crafting system to an eight-skill system. That includes alchemy and enchanting, right? So do you have the rationale like why you did that?
Yeah, absolutely. And whoever submitted that question follows the game, which is really cool. Um, it wasn't so much a necessary change as a change that we had the opportunity to do. So as we started actually planning out the crafting system, we realized that we could make it even better if we had 8 instead of 6, and we had the ability to do that. So it's actually just a for us a really exciting change that gives us a lot more freedom and a lot more opportunities with crafting unique items.
오케이, cool. 원래 이제 저희가 스킬이 6개 있었는데 지금 8개로 이제 추가되고 이제 거기서 연금술하고 강화 기능이 추가되었는데 그거에 따르면 사실 별다른 막 논리라든지 어떤 계획이 있었던 건 아니고 현재 팀 내에서의 역량과 앞으로의 로드맵 상에서 되게 자연스러운 진화라고 볼 수 있었습니다. 그래서 앞으로 더 많은 기능과 더 많은 유저들이 더 많은 자유도를 부여할 수 있을 것 같아서 다음 기능을 개발했었습니다. Okay, that's cool. So it was like a natural process for you, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, the next question was like, it seems too difficult for new entrants. Is there no Korean only guide?
Yes, there is actually.
There
So
is.
along with the game translations, we've had a few of our tutorials translated as well. This particular article that I'm screen sharing now is actually all of the so far translated ones combined into one, which is on our Medium page, but I'll drop a link in the chat for it as well.
Sure. 일단은 한국어로만 된 그런 가이드 버전이 있고요. 이제 추후에 여기 챗상에 미디엄 링크를 등록해서 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. Okay, so I think more Koreans are now do have more exposure in experiencing the game in the first place. So now goes to the next question is, so you have to understand Korean games were not very pixel oriented, right? So I mean, like, one of our games were not so heavily pixel oriented or entertained by that, but you chose pixel as your default image. Why did you choose pixels first?
So really just because of our own gaming influence growing up, was, all of the like early MMO RPGs or even just RPGs like Final Fantasy, RuneScape, those kind of games are really where a lot of our inspiration came from. And like, obviously as an American, but looking back at my childhood, the games that I grew up playing were almost all pixel art. And so it's really just that old school nostalgic feel for us.
Okay, cool. So I'll just translate. Okay. 그러니까 많은 분들이 디파이 킹덤을 왜 픽셀로 했는지를 좀 물어보신 분들이 계셔서 그에 대한 질문을 좀 대답해 드리도록 하겠습니다. 사실 이제 이거는 팀의 유년 시절 게이밍 경험에 되게 많이 영향을 받았고 이제 미국인으로서 사실 많은 초기 게임들은 MMORPG라든지 RPG나 게임들 사실 픽셀에 기반된 게 좀 많았습니다. 이런 파펜이라든지 파이널 판타지라든지 뭐 룬스케이프 같은 게임들은 거의 다 픽셀 기반이라서 아무래도 거기에 많은 영감을 받아서 픽셀로 이제 그 개발을 진행하게 되었습니다. Okay, so we've covered the art, we covered the new systems. I think we should go back to maybe a business question, I think. So since like most Clayton users are Korean, is there anything you're particularly looking forward to Korean gamers? Like what's your, yeah, so it goes back to the questions like how is DFK preparing the future expansion in the Korean market? But I think we could focus the question on what are you particularly looking forward to from Korean gamers?
Yeah. So one of our visions is to have a really in-depth and competitive combat system. Like that's part of our entire goal is to have that really competitive but enjoyable combat experience. And that's one thing that I'm super excited about. So I'm a big League of Legends fan, bad player, but big fan.
Mhm.
And so that's one thing that I think there's a lot of potential for in the Korean market is gaming is so big that I think if we have a good competitive game, there will be a lot of appeal there. And I think that it will bring competitive aspects that would not otherwise exist without that market.
그래서 이제 다음 질문으로는 이제 한국 그 유저들한테 정확히 어떤 거를 바라는지, 어떤 특징들을 바라고 있는지, 개발 중에 있는지를 좀 문의를 했었는데, 사실 DFK의 큰 비전 중 하나가 이제 롤과 같이 좀 경쟁이 좀 담겨 있는 좋은 게임을 만드는 것이 좀 비전인데, 그에 따라서 이제 본론도 롤을 함으로써 이제 그런 요소들이 현재 그 DFK에 반영되고 더 많은 유저들이 단순히 이거를 디파이 요소적보다는 경쟁하고 사람들과 즐길 수 있는 게임으로서 그렇게 발전되기를 기대하고 있습니다. 그렇게 해서 한국인들 같이 경쟁하는 거, 경쟁적인 요소들이 담기는 게임을 좋아하는 마켓을 공략할 때 조금 더 도움이 되지 않을까, 더 많은 유저를 데려오지 않을까라는 생각에서 한국 유저들의 그런 부분을 좀 기대하고 있는 것 같습니다. Okay, cool. So what's your tier in League of Legends right now?
Bronze 3 forever. I said that. I no longer refer to myself as hard stuck bronze 3 because it's for life. It's permanent.
Let me just ask our Ryuseng. So, Ryuseng님, what's your tier in League of Legends?
롤 티어요?
Yes, what's your tier?
저는 지금 롤을 안 하고 있습니다. 브론즈라고 생각해 주십시오.
Everyone's a bronze.
Is he bronze too? Do I get to feel better?
I think so.
요즘 잘하는 사람들이 너무 많아졌어요.
There's too many people who's really good at bronze, right? So there's a lot of trollers as well. 그 유생님 그거 공감하시겠지만 사실 브론즈가 아니잖아요, 요즘은.
그렇죠.
So well then like Korean bronze is not bronze. You gotta understand. Korean bronze is not bronze.
No, I wouldn't even be ranked. Refuse. Feel like you're worse than iron. You get nothing.
Are you saying you're worse than iron?
If I was in Korea, absolutely. That's, I mean, you watch every world's or every international tournament. I mean, it's a running joke. North America is out first. It's every time. It just doesn't matter. We get the pity invite and then we get eliminated.
북미 서버들이 참 못하죠, 그죠, 유생님?
예, 그 진짜 아이언 형들도 있어요.
북미 분들이요? 아니 한국 내에서요?
한국에도 있을걸요?
저도 아이언을 만나본 적이 없어가지고, 네, 알겠습니다. Okay, so right, so it's very hard for people to jump into hardcore games, right? Like, so what advice would you give to someone who's just starting to explore blockchain gaming and DeFi? What would be your personal advice?
Read as much as you can and start with, if you're new to both like DeFi and gaming, start with not even the project that you're looking at, but security. Learn how to keep your wallet safe. Then go read about the projects that you're looking at. But the more you research and the more you read about the projects, the easier it is to make better informed decisions on what you invest in.
Wow. Sounds like you had a lot of questions like this. Very, very written. It's like SEC written, bro. Okay, 일단 좀 물어본 게 이제 DFK보다도 블록체인 게임이나 디파이에 첫 입문한 사람들이 어떤 조언을 주냐에 질문을 했었는데, 일단 첫 번째로는 정말 많이 읽어라. 뭐 많은 글이라든지 인사이트가 담긴 글을 많이 읽고, 그 다음에 두 번째로는 프로젝트를 직접 투자하기 전에 이게 정말 안전한가, 내 월렛을 안전하게 지킬 방법과 같이 보안에 좀 더 신경 썼으면 좋겠다라고 답변을 줬었습니다. Okay, that's cool. So let's go a bit personal, or would I say like a bit more interacting with your experience. So can you share some success stories or any like memorable moments from your experience in DFK so far?
Cool. How many you want?
Uh, okay, let's try super good, and then let's go with super bad.
Oh, okay. I mean, super bad to be honest is pretty easy. Um, I mean, it's the same time that pretty much all of us had. We got hit with just kind of blow after blow at the beginning of last year. Uh, we had some pretty hefty inaccurate narratives that started going around, and then
Mm,
Harmony, which we were on at the time, got hacked. And then, all of the other events with Luna and FTX. So that was, I mean, it was a rough few months there for sure.
so that just in 2002, that's your lowest super bad moment.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay, so 일단은 그 본론이한테 물어본 질문은 가장 기억에 남는 그 경험들을 물어봤었는데 제가 이제 가장 좋았던 거, 가장 나빴던 거를 나눠서 물어봤습니다. 그래서 먼저 가장 나쁜 거를 먼저 얘기하면 작년에 사실 정말 많은 일들이 있었는데 DFK가 이제 처음 초기만 해도 이제 좀 다른 내러티브를 갖는 사람, 좀 다른 내러티브를 엮어가지고 많이 오해를 하고 계셔가지고 그에 따라서 그걸 풀어내느라 좀 진땀을 많이 뺐었다고 하고요. 두 번째는 이제 하모니가 그 당시 하모니에서 작동을 하고 있었는데 하모니 해킹되면서 그에 따라서 또 한 번 힘든 일을 겪었고 그 다음에 뭐 모두 아시다시피 작년 8월 그 다음에 5월에 FTX랑 문화 사태가 터지면서 더 똑같이 저희 아픔을 모두 겪은 걸로 이제 경험을 나눠줬었습니다. Okay, so what's then the most like memorable, let's say super good moment that you had so far?
Yeah, a specific one was we actually, let's see, what was it? It was beginning of December, so 3 months ago ish. Excuse me. We were going to Decentral Miami, and they gave us some tickets to give out to our community, and they gave us 25 tickets, and we had 25 people show up, including some that flew for 6 hours to be there. And it was just incredible to see them all, show up to be there with us and support us.
Okay, so that was 3 months ago, right?
Yeah.
저희가 12월에 그 디센트럴 마이애미라는 행사가 있었는데 그 주최 측에서 DFK한테 25장 정도의 초청권을 줬었는데 이걸 커뮤니티에 바로 줬답니다. 그래서 25명이 모두 다 참석을 했었고 좀 가장 기억에 남았던 거는 이걸 참석하기 위해서 커뮤니티 멤버들은 6시간의 비행기를 타서 모두 다 참석을 완료해줘서 그게 좀 되게 뜻깊고 남다른 그 기억으로 남고 있다고 합니다. Okay, cool. I think if someone showed up, if I'm building a project, and then someone showed up for an event that I gave and they took a 6 hour flight, I think that would be very, very, I think I won't forget that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, was it a guy?
So it was actually multiple. I guess the ones that traveled furthest were all men, yes. But
I had
but
to ask. I had to ask.
yeah, I mean, we had, I think, 6 people out of that 25 that, came from the west coast of the US to the farthest
Oh,
southeast corner possible.
oh wow. Wow, that's far. Okay.
Yeah.
그래서
Yeah.
어떤 커뮤니티 멤버는 이제 가장 그 미국의 끝과 끝에서 이제 왔다 갔다 했다는 거에 되게 좀 저도 좀 놀랐는데 6시간 비행이면 사실 그 한국에서 필리핀이나 보다 멀거든요. 그래서 그 행사를 참석하기 위해서 이거를 그냥 비행기 탔다는 게 되게 놀랍네요. 그것도 사실 쉽지가 않은데 일단은 그렇게 해서 맞았어. 그런 질문이 있었고요. Okay, so let's go a bit technical to the game side. Then, okay, so what role do players have in shaping the future development of DeFi Kingdom? So now we're going to have competitive feature. So what roles do they play?
Really, all of it. We look at ourselves as stewards of the game. And so when it comes to like the initial development of the game, uh, we take charge of that because development by 80,000 person committee would never go anywhere. But in terms of that same development, like we're always looking for feedback and we're always incorporating that feedback. So there's a lot of features that we've modified already, even before the, major combat features based on player feedback. And then in terms of our upcoming combat, each week we've been revealing the skill tree for a new class, and we've been gathering feedback on those just as we put them out, even before you can actually play them. And some of those have already been adjusted based on feedback, even before they've actually been implemented. So we're very much, we develop this for our players, and if our players want to see a feature change, that's what we're here for.
Okay, wow, that's awesome. 그래서 이제 사실 DFK에서 게이머들의 역할에 대해서 좀 물어봤었는데 단순히 게임을 소비하거나 즐기는 뿐만 아니라 사실 모든 부분에서 게이머들의 역할이 되게 중요하다고 강조했었습니다. 단순히 DFK는 운영자들이고 사람들이 좋아하는 게임을 만든 역할을 하고 있고 초기 개발은 아무래도 처음에는 뼈대를 잡는 거는 이제 DFK 그 운영자들이나 개발자들이 먼저 하지만 피드백을 받으면서 사실 PVP 모드라든지 다른 경쟁적인 요소들이 많이 추가되면서 유저들의 피드백이 너무너무 중요해지고 있기 때문에 어떤 특정 신클래스가 개발되고 기획될 때부터 유저들과 소통하면서 스킬트를 새롭게 공개하고 개선하고 실제 개발에 착수하기 전에 처음부터 공개를 해서 유저들의 피드백을 받아가면서 개발을 진행해 왔었습니다. 그래서 유저들의 원하는 게임과 원하는 메커니즘을 개발하는 게 현재 팀의 역할이라고 생각을 하고 있고 앞으로도 한국인들의 피드백도 좀 주면 저희가 원하는 모습을 좀 더 보지 않을까 개인적으로 그렇게 생각이 듭니다. Okay, that's cool. So what you mentioned like new features, feedbacks that the user gave. So what could be the upcoming features or updates like players could like us, Korean players would like us can look forward to?
Yeah, I mean, our biggest thing that's upcoming is the first version of playable combat. We're really excited for that. We actually have a partnership with a gaming studio that's assisting in the development of that feature. Um, and that's definitely our next like major feature that we're kind of full steam ahead on and very excited for. That's going to be a lot of fun.
오케이, cool. 오케이. 그래서 지금 가장 그 팀에서 가장 고무적이거나 가장 기대가 되면서 이제 개발되는 부분이 그 PVP 모드, 그러니까 경쟁적 요소가 담긴 게임 플레이 모드가 가장 기대가 많이 되고 이거는 이제 외주 스튜디오랑 같이 협력하여 지금 만들고 있습니다. 그래서 같은 전투 모드를 했었을 때 여러분들이 조금 더 신나고 그다음에 조금 더 경쟁적 요소가 담긴 게임 플레이를 할 수 있게끔 지금 불철주야 열심히 박차를 가하고 있습니다. Okay, so I think we've covered most of the questions that we chose so far. So we would like to close the official like questions with this last question. So if you had to define DFK, how would you define DFK into one sentence?
Ooh, one sentence. All right.
That's actually really hard.
Uh,
Take your time. It's a very philosophical question, I think.
it is. MMORPG meets DeFi with real value economy.
Okay. 그래서 이제 공식 질문을 마무리하는 차에 제가 물어본 거는 DFK를 한 문장으로 정리해달라. 그러면 이제 MMORPG 장르를 갖춘 DeFi, DeFi 위에서 작동하는 MMORPG 장르 게임에 실제 그 경제랑 연결된 게임이라고 보실 수 있을 것 같습니다. 감사합니다. 일단은 그 공식 질문을 여기까지 받겠고요. 혹시 그 다른 질문 사항 있으시면 손을 들어주시면 제가 본론한테 말씀드려서 초청을 하도록 하겠습니다. So, Bolin, I asked if there's any more questions from the audience. If they raise their hand, just let them come up, and I'll try. If you're Korean, then I'll translate it. So no worries on that one. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think we have Vladiv. Yeah.
Yep. There he is.
Vladivostok Pier. Okay. Hi. Hello.
Hi. Yeah, we can hear
Hi.
you.
I would like to ask about your marketing plans. How do you plan to attract new users? Maybe there's an ambassador program or bounty program. If yes, could you please share some details with us so we can also participate to promote your project?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
we have a lot of different marketing plans. Something along the lines of a bounty program is something that we have talked about. It's not something that we've really built out yet, so I don't have any details to share yet. But if we do end up going that route, you'll definitely know. But a big part of our marketing is going to be the game itself, like the actual playing experience, and that's where the upcoming combat feature just plays such a big role in that, of being able to attract not necessarily crypto users but traditional gamers as well, and making sure that we have ways that those gamers can easily onboard into the DFK ecosystem even if they aren't familiar with crypto.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
While we give it a minute to see if anybody else raises their hand, there was one other thing I wanted to mention, and I won't go too far in depth because I could talk about it for hours, but um, to me, the most successful part of the last year and a half has been watching our community grow. Uh, it's such a positive and enjoyable place to be, which can be pretty rare in both crypto and gaming communities. Uh, but for anybody who, joined the Discord for this AMA, I would openly invite you to, interact in the Discord for a little bit, and you'll see that it's a very fun and positive place full of people who want to support and help each other. We do have a dedicated Korean channel as well for those that would be easier for. But the entire community is just so welcoming and engaged that it's really just a pleasure to be a part of it.
그래서 본론이 이제 방금 얘기한 게 그 본인이 여기 있으면서 가장 1년 반 동안에 가장 뜻깊고 가장 감사했던 일이 뭐였냐면 커뮤니티가 누가 와도 되게 환영하는 분위기고 급성장을 해도 모두가 서로를 도와준 분위기에 있었다고 생각을 합니다. 사실 이 분위기를 유지하는 게 너무 쉽지가 않았었는데 크립토라든지 게이밍 커뮤니티로서라도 되게 긍정적이고 모두가 함께 그 서로를 환영해주고 서로 격려하는 그 분위기가 너무 좋았다고 합니다. 그래서 앞으로도 이 분위기를 유지하기 위해 더 불출주야할 거고, 그 다음에 한국인들을 위해서는 한국 채널이 따로 마련돼 있으니 편하게 오셔서 질문을 하고 답변을 하면 조금 더 좋은 그 경험을 하실 수 있을 거라고 생각합니다. 이 커뮤니티를 사랑한다고 합니다. I think we have one more question. I think it's Leo. Yeah, it's Leo.
Hey, Leo.
So when you're playing a game, right, it's also about completing missions and achieving goals or being the best in the game itself. But also, and one of the essential features in the game is team play, right? So are there any like team play features or team tag tournaments or anything else within the current game?
Not currently, but there will be.
오케이, 오케이. 뭐 현재는 없는데 앞으로는 그 당연히 기획 중에 있습니다. What if I know Korean? Who's that? Is it? I know, I could see it. I could see it. It's Apple, right?
It's one of our moderators.
I could definitely see that. Okay, and we also have one of our mods in DJ Nami. So.
Oh, nice. And just to
Yeah.
expand on that a little bit, like group raids, kind of World of Warcraft style, that kind of thing is very much in the plans.
오케이, 오케이. 그래서 이제 와우 하신 분들은 아실 수 있는데 이제 팀 레이드라든지 그런 파티 레이드도 그런 비슷한 유의 메커니즘을 가진 게임도 그런 비슷한 유의 그 메커니즘도 현재 기획 중에 있습니다. 네, 그렇습니다. So Bolin, like this is my personal question, like any like governance structure right now in DFK?
Absolutely, yeah. We actually changed our governance structure. We had a governance vote to change our governance structure. So we moved to a curve V token model. So you single stake Jewel, and you can stake it for anywhere from 7 days to 3 years. And then depending on how long you stake it for, determines what ratio of the governance token you receive for the time that it's staked. And then you also get a portion of fee sharing for that as well. Actually, and then we added what we call power ups, so you can allocate portions of that staked jewel for free to get in-game enhancements.
오케이. 이제 제가 질문한 거는 거버넌스 스트럭처에 대해서 물어봤었는데 이제 기존 거에서 지금 커브의 V2 모델처럼 주어를 스테이킹을 하면 장기간 동안 스테이킹을 하면 더 많은 보팅 파워를 얻고 거기에 따라서 피쉐어도 얻는 커브의 그 V2 모델을 채택을 해서 지금 진행 중에 있다고 합니다. So we have, I think, one last question from Drewick. Dr. Drewick? I don't know. It's Dr. Erwick? Drewick? I don't know, man.
I sent the invite, so if they'll accept it, they'll hop up.
I think he's mute or something. I think we can wrap up here. I think everyone got their question that they wanted to know. I think we're all excited to see what's upcoming for it. And like I said, I like pixel art. I'd love to try the new PvP mode or anything competition mode. So hope that every development is going to be smooth as possible.
Absolutely. Really appreciate y'all doing this with us and putting this on. It was great to get a chance to speak to everybody, and I hope that y'all are welcome to ask us any questions you have at any time. We are always here, but I really do appreciate y'all taking this time and setting this up.
No problem. 이제 뭐 참석해주신 여러분 너무 귀한 시간 지금 불금인데 이렇게 시간 내줘서 너무너무 감사드립니다. 사실 뭐 엄청 특별한 일이거나 이제 그런 뭐 엄청 특별한 일이 있거나 이제 그런 건 아니지만 귀한 시간 내줘서 너무 감사드리고 사실 피지다오랑 카르텔이랑 KGG가 모두가 이렇게 기획을 했었고 앞으로 더 많은 이벤트랑 앞으로 더 많은 컨텐츠를 제공해 드릴 테니까 저희가 조금 더 에임이라든지 다른 이벤트도 잘 기획해서 전달하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 감사합니다. 혹시 류생님 다른 할 말 있으신가요?
네. 오늘 이렇게 디파이 킹덤 AMA에 같이 참석하게 돼서 영광이었고요. 오늘 찾아주신 저희 카르텔 길드 형들 분들도 감사드리다는 말씀드리고, 네, 오늘 참석해주신 모든 분들께 디파이 킹덤 이렇게 또 알게 홍보하게 된다는 게 좀 좋은 시간이었던 것 같습니다. 감사합니다.
Okay, Balin, I think we can wrap up here. Thanks for your time, man. Thanks for hopping in, really.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for also pulling double duty and translating everything.
All good, all good, all good. I just hope we could just be more degen though next time.
Absolutely. Oh, see, we can bring you on our podcast. It's
Sure.
It's called Chaos.
I would
no,
love
you
to
were
be.
on it.
I would love to be. I would love to talk shit, man. Like,
Yeah, no, we'll bring you on for another episode for sure, and
sure.
we'll keep doing it. But yeah, no, anytime I'm happy to hop in, and I really do appreciate y'all setting this up and appreciate you doing all the translating. I know it's a added level of difficulty.
No problem. No problem. I just thought it was a bit formal, so maybe next time, like, we could just be a bit more degen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, man. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, man.
Y'all too.
감사합니다. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you.